Hi there and welcome back to another episode at Station Road. So today's video is just going to be an update on what's happening here at Station Road, or in some cases what hasn't been happening here at Station Road. So we have a wee list of items that are on my agenda, which will probably be spread out over, well, I think some may be spread out over literally over months. But I think we'll start, well, just a wee update from a previous video link in the top corner in regards to an extension. So I'm going to do a quick tour around Station Road just to show you what has been done, which is in some respects, I guess, quite little. But there was the mention of a layout extension coming up at some point. Now, this hasn't even begun yet, and I'll explain why a little bit further into this video. Now, a couple of things that have been happening. You'll notice behind me there is a wee cabinet on the wall here, and we'll take a closer look shortly. I've now managed to get all my current rolling stock into this cabinet behind me, and of course I modified it to accommodate as much rolling stock as I possibly can fit in there. Also another new update, and this is actually from somebody had commented in a previous video that they could hear the telltale signs or the telltale sound of a Hornby Elite clicking with all the buttons and the knobs that click, and by crikey they were right. It was the Hornby Elite. Now, as you may know, Station Road has been running off the Hornby Elite, well, ever since this YouTube channel started, but I've had the Elite for a few years now, and I also had a Select controller as a walkabout connected to it as well. Now, the Hornby Elite had the current firmware version. The Select only had firmware version 1.0, and of course it was too much of a mission for me to even attempt to post it back to the UK, get them to update the firmware and then send it back again. So those were the two controllers that I was using for Station Road. Now, somebody mentioned in the video that they recommended I go for a DR5000, and I did a little bit of investigation because, to be honest, I'd never even heard of it, and then I discovered on YouTube that there are countless videos about the DR5000 from DigiKeys, I believe it is, and I did some research and the reports and reviews were fantastic. The price point seemed almost too good to be true, and so I thought, right, that's it, I am going to upgrade to the DR5000 because then that will give me plenty of room to expand in the future. Can you buy the DR5000 in New Zealand? Well, of course you can't. So I had to purchase this from Europe, and incidentally I think I got it out of Germany. So this was my previous controller, and this is its replacement. Now you're looking at that, and of course there is really nothing to compare between these two. Now, I've had a wee play with it in the office, and I've set up some locomotives and so forth. I've been working on this on a test track. I haven't actually hooked anything up to the layout at the moment, so this will be in a future video, hopefully soon, because I really want to get this set up actually on the layout and so forth and see how it goes. So that's one development that's happened out with the Elite and in with the DigiKeys DR5000. So that's one item. Now, another item, and this is actually something that has also been covered by Charlie from Chadwick Model Railways, and you know, he's a huge fan of the Kadee couplers or couplings, and I went out and bought a whole stack of couplings after I bought some sample packs so that I could figure out what to use. And just as Charlie has mentioned, of course, you know, do all NEM pockets on all the different brands of model railway manufacturers in Europe. For example, Hornby, Bachmann, Dapol, Helgen, and so forth. Do you think their NEM pockets are all at the same height? Of course they're not. So there is an issue with that kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to do a wee video on these Kadee couplings and try them out on a few things. I have tried them out. I've already come across the problem of the height. But interestingly, I've also discovered that Bachmann make a sort of budget knockoff version of the Kadee coupler, because apparently I understand that Kadee had the patent for this coupling and it expired, so that meant any other company can now make reproductions of these types of couplings. And Bachmann have come up with what is called an Easy Mate 2 coupling, which essentially is compatible with the Kadee couplings. The only difference being is their couplings are all made of plastic, whereas the Kadee couplings are made of metal. So I'm actually going to go out and buy some of the Bachmann ones and actually give it a go and see how they compare with these as a potential alternative. So that's another item on the agenda. Now, and finally, also, this is a question that a lot of, a number of people have actually asked in videos and also on my Facebook posts as well, is what do I use as a substrate for my baseboards? Now, interestingly, when this layout first began, I was stupid enough to use 3mm MDF, not knowing that further down the track it would warp like a bastard. So that sort of leads me on to another wee project that's going to be coming up on Station Road, and that is the remodelling of the station and pub area. Now, this whole area, and I've got this wee sort of layout here, I'll just pop that up on the screen so you can have a look. Now, the whole area that is actually this sort of shaded in orange, that whole area I'm going to rip up, because it is all 3mm MDF underneath there, and it's actually warped quite badly underneath. And the interesting thing is, if I have a couple of uncoupled coaches in the station, they actually roll down towards the engine shed area. So that whole section's coming out. Now, where the goods yards are, I replaced that not that long ago with some 6mm MDF, and that's worked out really well. So it is basically this entire orange area, and of course where that down in the bottom right hand corner you'll see where the pub is at the moment, that whole area is going to get completely reworked. And I'm going to be keeping the station platforms and buildings and everything, just literally just rip all that out and replace it with some 6mm MDF, and possibly include a little bit more bracing in underneath. Now, next to where I'm going to put this new pub is I'm actually thinking of having next door to that a construction site of some sort to add some interest. So I'm actually going to do away with that culvert and little stream that runs through there, because I now have a water scene up on the hillside with the reservoir. So essentially, that's sort of what's on the cards over the coming months. Now, one other topic that I'd like to bring up is the competition. Now, there's still one more week to go for people to get their entries in. So please go back to that previous video, link in the top corner, and check it out and see if you can round up those rascally weed dogs that are gone everywhere. Now, the competition closes next weekend, so not this weekend, but the following weekend. And please get your entries in. So far I have 15 correct entries, so I could definitely do with some more entries to the competition. So head over to that video and check it out. Now I will just do a quick wee sort of walkabout with the camera and show you basically a rundown of what I've talked about in this video. Right, so we'll start over here. So this is a wee cabinet that I've now got set up on the wall behind here, and you're wondering, well, that's behind the layout, but we have a wee hatch down here so I can get in behind there. That's the best I can do because there's limited wall space in this garage, but it gets everything behind the glass and away from the dust and the spiders. This area down here, this is the area that we're talking about that I'm completely going to rip up. So I don't know whether you can actually see whether that would show up, just to how warped that's actually become in there. It's probably not going to show up terribly well, but this whole area, including the mainline tracks running through here, that is all going to get ripped up and replaced. A lot of things are going to change here, and this will be part of the DR5000 video. Is this whole control panel area is going to come out. I'm actually going to put in a sliding shelf that slides in underneath the layout, and that will have the laptop on it, and so I can just slide the laptop in and out. And that's one way of controlling the locomotives. Of course, I've got my iPad, and then I'll also have the smartphone as well. So there's going to be multiple controllers available, which is going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to getting that set up. As you'll see, where the extension is planned, nothing has happened because I've still got to find a solution, storage solution I should say, for all of that stuff. And it's kind of there's just so much stuff over here, and I've got some ideas, but it's going to take a fair amount of work. So this is probably this extension, which is going to run along through here, is at least several months away before I even begin to look at it. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Next time you will see me, we'll be announcing the winner of the wee competition that I was running, and that will be next Sunday, so make sure you tune in for that. So I think that pretty much covers everything for now, and I will catch you next time. Cheers. Bye.